So Tuesday, historically, and we'll continue with this, is typically check-in day with your learners, learner check-in day. And so, those on Mondays, if you schedule check-ins for Tuesdays in Summit, the learners will get reminders, hey, you have a check-in scheduled. Hopefully they'll do their pre-work. And then you can work through your learners on Tuesdays to check in with them. So that's a busy day, kind of like usually a buzz in the office there, but it is pretty quiet if everybody has their headphones on, and you've probably already figured out you don't have to talk very loudly into those, and it picks up really well. So if everyone's just talking at a normal voice, kind of facing their walls, there's usually not a sound issue there. I wrote a couple other things in there too, at least every other week, and it may be every week with some learners. You may just want to ask the coach, which is the parent or guardian at home, to join you in the Zoom session. Usually I've heard Barbara say, like, hey, is your mom around? Just go grab them or join them in, because we do want to check in with the coaches at least every other week. On Tuesdays, you will be thinking about attendance because their attendance week is ending on Tuesday. And attendance is you complete attendance for your courses or your ConneXU on Wednesdays, and then that gets reported, but that's going to be a whole new process this year, so we will talk about that in August. But just be thinking, okay, Tuesday, check-in day is like the end of a work week for the learner, so it's a perfect time to do a check-in, and you review goals from the previous week, and start to plan for the next week. And then the ConneXU course that you teach as a learning guide. We will talk about that today and tomorrow more as well. That kicks off on Wednesdays. So on Tuesdays, you're also thinking, okay, our new ConneXU topic starts tomorrow. And you can also talk about that in your check-in with your learner as you're checking in to see if they finished up last week's ConneXU, and you're kind of debriefing and talking through what they hopefully learned from that topic. You're getting ready for a new topic to launch on Wednesday. And since you instruct your own ConneXU course, you will have a live launch on Wednesday at some point in time that hopefully all your learners will come to. And you record that and post it in your Google Classroom. So you're kind of thinking about that on Tuesday, but that will happen on Wednesday. And depending on how you work things, it may, Wednesday mornings are enrollment days, which we'll get to Wednesday. So if you have a learner, then you might have to work around your enrollment day. Just have to get flexible with your time on Wednesdays.
Do we come up with our own topics, or is there something we all generally do?
The topics and lessons are provided to you. And then Melinda mentioned it this morning also, and I'll pull the graphic up again. Essentially, the list of topics with the lessons are like a pool of resources for you to use. So right now, where we are is everyone follows the same schedule, and all the learners are on the same topic per week. The lessons are created in age spans, grade spans. So you pick the one that's most appropriate for or if you kind of cross two, you can post two. So we'll talk about Google Classroom. But ideally, when you check in with your learners on a Tuesday, and you realize like a bulk of your kids are struggling with some habit of success that is a ConneXU topic, ideally in the future, you can pull out and say, well, we all need to work on, or this group needs to work on this topic right now, and you can customize it. But we're not there quite yet.
And how long are those lessons typically, those synchronous lessons?
The launch, that's the synchronous time, 10 or 15 minutes usually. Yeah. The only other thing I have on a Tuesday, since that's usually filled with check-ins, is at the beginning of the year, on 2 Tuesdays, we add open campus enrollments. And so Tuesday, August 27th, which is the day before our kiddos start, and then the next Tuesday, which is the Tuesday right after Labor Day, we're just anticipating from other years that there'll be enough open campus enrollments that we have to do two 2 days a week, the first 2 weeks to get them all enrolled, because normally open campus enrollments are just Thursdays then. And just to review, Open Campus is that program where students of their home district, and that district is using us as their cyber option. And so they enroll in a more compressed manner because their classes need to start much sooner. Their onboarding or orientation is kind of spread out over 10 days because their classes are starting sooner, because their home schools just want them in their classes right away. And then and because of that, and because we don't officially take their attendance, we don't officially post their grades, their enrollment is a little shorter of a process. But most of the kids, I'd say it's fair to say most of the kids that had been in Open Campus re-enroll. A lot of them re-enroll. So at the beginning of the year, they have to re-enroll. So we have a whole bunch at the beginning of the year, and then it tapers off. So you may or may not get an Open Campus learner, just like you may or may not get a CPDLF learner on an enrollment day. Does that make sense?